What? It doesn't tell me. But anyways, man, now you are now tuned into another episode of the Wild's Podcast. I'm Kenny Mofanua with my Uso Lost the Boss. And we
What's
are
up,
streaming.
y'all?
Now, I'm not sure we're streaming live, but we're here.
Get on ready right now.
Yeah, man. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Lost the Boss, his experience on July 5th. And then also, what Kenny's been up to, man. We're just going to keep it just a simple conversation. Come and talk to us.
Exactly.
Man, let's get, bro. Did you get a chance to check out our last episode? Did you check that out? The one with me and
I'm
Jay.
not been busy with the concert and everything,
Yeah, you were busy, man.
and family in town.
Mm. So what you do, man? You had a good weekend, man.
Yeah, I had a great week. It was a long weekend. Been sleeping all week, trying to catching up with some rest and stuff. But yeah, man. Speaking of the concert, that it was cracking though. It was a good turnout, good vibes. Unfortunately, the show had to get shut down. We missed the last performance from poor K Nova. His family was pretty upset about it. Had a couple young bucks couldn't handle their alcohol and kept getting into fights in the hallway area. And Nugget decided to pull the plug and hey, at least we all enjoyed it. But hey, the after party was even better. Like everybody went down to the lobby to Nugget, and you see both crowds, Samoans and Tongas, just chilling. The OGs were just having a good time.
So after party was it good?
Yep, everybody was chilling till like 3, 4 in the morning. Then everybody went to their rooms. It was a good night though.
Hey, that's the first one, though, huh?
First like big one like that for Polly's, yeah. They had a couple of little performances here and there, like J Bug, Common Kings, who else? Maoli. Well, he performed next week, so yeah, on the
But
22nd.
that's the first of like actual Polynesians, I think.
Yeah, a Polynesian main event held
Yeah.
at the casino. Because they usually be having R&B artists and old school rappers from back in the days and country
Yeah.
singers. First Islander concert they had at a Nugget.
How was it like, man? What was the experience like, man?
It
Especially.
was cool. So Saturday was a long day for setup. We had to be there like 9 in the morning, and the concert didn't start till like 6. So we had to set up and get coordinated with everybody over there. And then it was pretty cool. We got to see a couple artists, do pre-show warm-ups. Well, I got to see K Nova perform. That was lucky for me. He sang a song, Take a Hit, and I was like, hey, at least I got to experience it, not everybody else. Yeah, it was before noonish, around noon. Man, but yeah, it was pretty tight. He sounds good live, man.
The vendors had the front row seat, man.
Yeah, we had to early set up and sneak peek at all the performers before they came up and performed live for everybody else. But it's cool though, man. It's like our booth was selling some T-shirts and some ears, and the ears were like, man, fire. It was like hotcakes, man. Everyone kept coming up and buying more and more. So yeah, shout out to that sis, Queen, man. She did her thing. And we got a lot of potential customers coming back, just doing a little soft lunch for that little company we coming up with, South Pacific Threads. But start small and then grow bigger eventually.
This was your first actual event to like participate in and have a vending. So you're
Yeah,
part.
have a booth set up. Yep.
How does that all come across, man? Like, what do you got to do? That's set up for.
It's a pretty good experience. You learn what's hot and what to take from it. You take some losses, but then you learn too how to get some gains later on. But it was cool interacting with all these different folks from different cities, and customers coming. Like even we had like Maoli customers and Palang customers coming to the booth because they loved the material. And it was like, ooh, we had this one Palang lady bought like 6 yards so she could make pillowcases and mittens and stuff, like for her house. And hers was like, oh, I love these Polynesian designs. Like, hey, don't have to be poly to buy it, but it's for everybody to get it.
So it doesn't even have to be just for men's skirt or women's attire. It can actually be for like
Yeah,
pillowcase.
for household goods, yeah,
some curtains and stuff like that.
Yeah, curtains. Just like that lady said, she's gonna make pillowcases and probably make a bedspread out of it. Who knows? It's like you can use it
That's,
for anything.
I never looked at it like that, to be honest. But what about the logistics of everything? What did you need, man? Did you need an LLC? Did you need some kind of business account? How'd you
Yeah,
get up?
yeah. Basically, if you do set a vendor booth, you do need a business license and business name. But we wrote on your brother's business license. He let us use
Okay.
his to set up the booth. But we're currently working on mines right now, so there could be official, legitimate. So we don't get no legal cases later on. So we got that in the works.
So, as-
But yeah, you find out a lot of information, man. It's like
so as long as somebody can actually co-sign for you, then is that what you're saying? Like you don't
basically, yeah, you use
need
their license to sell under their license.
just to get your material, whatever you're selling over there at any kind of event.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was just all clothing apparel that was allowed to be sold in that event because it was an indoor event. But if it was outdoor, then you could set a food booth. But then that takes a lot more because you need health codes and all that.
Yeah, you gotta have some. I think you
Factors.
food license too.
Yeah, you need a license for that. Yeah, that's a lot more work than just selling apparel and stuff. Apparel's a lot easier route to go. There's quite a few apparel booths over there. There's like 6 of us all together.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen our neighbor was Toko Designs. They had a pretty nice setup. They had a little tent set up in there. Got a lot of Polynesian inspired clothing they were selling over there. It was pretty cool.
So what are the stuff that you need that you didn't know that you would highly recommend for people to like come ready with it? You know what I'm saying?
I'll just say like make sure you know what's gonna sell. Like something that's real popular with the Polynesian folks in community. Like for instance, like with our Samoan community, the ears was a big thing. Like they kept coming back for it. And then everybody else, like they saw that our line was booming, and they'll come check out, like what's going on in this little booth, just like gathering up information just to know what to sell exactly, like, and don't over produce on certain items. Like my t-shirts, I assumed like 200 shirts was going to sell all out, but not even that. I only sold about like 25% of the inventory, that I made. But you learn from that, and just make sure you just like plan your merchandise, like what's going to sell and what's not going to sell, and just like do your research on everything about it beforehand. Because me, I just went out. I was like, I'm just try it. I just went bought the stuff and then threw it out there, see what was going to sell. And then good thing the sis came with their ears because we figured out that's more hotter, commodity than my shirts and stuff. But then you got to learn what kind of shirts you got to make to sell. So like what kind of designs that everybody want. And
So
yeah,
there's
you learn that. You learn from that.
so you just sometimes you just gotta go out there and do it.
Yep. Just go out there and explore. See how it does first time.
Did you like do any networking with somebody before you did all this, or did you do some research on your own through YouTube? Like
I
or
actually
work?
didn't do no research. I just came from the top of my head and produce what That's like, let's see how this works. You know, just like man, I'm just gonna do it. And I did it, and I found out. So it's like, hey, that's what life is, man. You don't learn unless you do it. Right? You know what I'm saying? You learn from your mistakes.
Hey, so the logistics around it, like what is some things that people should be prepared or should know to come ready? Like obviously, do you need chairs? Do you need a cooler, beverage? Something.
Yeah, your setup. Yeah,
Yeah, the whole setup thing, man. What is it
yeah.
that you didn't realize that you need that would have came in
Oh,
handy?
like my sister kept telling me, like she got plastic bags for the customers so they could put their items in it.
Uh,
Instead of holding it around. That's one of them. And setting up racks so you could display your merchandise more better. Because we just had it laid out on the table. But if we had racks, it'd be a lot better to show what we have exactly.
or like a mannequin or anything. Any
Yeah, mannequin. Yeah, the racks. Just to hang stuff from.
okay, yeah, all them little things matter, man. So that's crazy. You got to have some grocery bags or like
Yeah,
something customer can put their stuff in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and better lighting too, so you can light up your products. Because it was pretty dark in there. So yeah, good thing we're like the first table by the main stage area. That's what kept lighting up our displays. But yeah, make sure you have good lighting when you go into the indoor event because it's really dark and they can't see all your product if you ain't got no light flashing on it. Like Western Conference had their booth and they had lights in there. I think they're the only booths with lights. Everybody else was pitch dark. It's like they had to use their phones to flash and try to see the lighting. So yeah, I think it's the presentation of your booth. Make sure you have
So
the correct lighting.
big part. Lighting is an important thing. And then should you have your own generator or just always have extension cords, plugs, plugins? Like seems like
Yeah,
there's a lot to it.
yeah, that'd be for more for outdoor because we have the outlets and stuff indoors. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, but outdoors, yeah, most definitely need a generator. If it's gonna be turned dark, you need the lights, to display your stuff. So yeah, just be better prepared on your presentation because presentation is a key thing for selling your items too. Your merchandise. So make sure that you show everybody what you got on hand, so they don't miss anything.
What about when you purchase a booth and stuff? Does the vendors or those that the promoters, they, I guess you should know what the amenities or what they offer before you pay for it too, so that way you know what to bring. Is that already laid out or planned out?
Yeah, we didn't find out really everything like until the day of the event, like what we need and stuff. Because when you first sign up for it, it's just saying like they use your business license, the product you're selling, the name of the company, and then for this one, we'll show the day of like there's actually if we need any power sources, or basically like the outlets or anything for any machines that we're going to use. But obviously we didn't because we just had our ears and our shirts set up and we didn't really need no power, but the only power we would probably need it for was the lighting, and that we needed some lighting big time, but we didn't have it at the time. But good to know for next setup. It's like that's why I said we learned a lot from this one. Like what's the do's and don'ts for next future setup for the booth and stuff.
So the only thing you planned it was just your shirts.
Yeah,
Everything else kind of just went with the whim.
yep. Just going on a whim, just bought the shirts and then took it, and then Big Sis came with the ears, man, and it made it even hotter. So
See,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You just gotta take that chance, leap of faith, bro. It's like
you
you
still
gotta gain some money, you gotta lose some money. But either way, we still came up winners though.
that's ballsy. You went up there, no plan. You
Yep,
just
no kind of plan, man. Just like sell my shirts. That's all I had in mind, bro. It's like no planning whatsoever.
so you went in there with the intention of like, I probably won't make none, but I'm gonna learn from this one.
Exactly. Yeah, just take that leap of faith, dude. Jump in and just do it.
Oh shoot! I just gotta close the door. Close the door. Oh man, how was that whole thing up though, man? How long? So, well, walk us through, man. You get there. Is it an hour? How long is the whole, you know, start to finish? We know now you got to come with some lightings, come with some equipment. Know what you need to have. You paid for for the spot. What is one of the cool things that the I guess those that you're paying to put your shop in there? You know what I mean? Like, what do they offer you guys, the vendors?
Just exposure, basically, for your business. So as the sponsors of the concert, they just allows you to represent yourself and showcase what you got. So it was really cool. It was like basically it was just like a soft launch for that company we're trying to bring up and trying to build up from there. So it was a good learning experience. Yeah, we was there for all basically the whole day since 9 in the morning, getting our spot, setting up, and just chilling and watching all the artists go and do their little mic checks and all that. It was cool, but just be prepared. Like if you go stay somewhere long, make sure you got snacks and hydration. So yeah, because I went there grumpy as hell, man. I was like, I wasn't really interacting with the customers at first because I was tired. You know, giving a little smart responses to people. Like one dude came up to me, he was like, "Hey, what are these shirts for?" I just looked at it, I was like, "That's a dumb question to ask me, bro." I was like, "For sale, duh." And he's just like, "Oh, okay." He just walked away, but I didn't really elaborate on what we were working on. I was like basically trying to raise money to fund to get our lawyers and the business license launch.
Yeah, you didn't have
So
your sales pitch ready.
yeah, I didn't even have a sales pitch. I was just like grumpy as hell. Then I finally caught my second win around 4 o'clock. That's when I started, be more interactive with people coming through because the vendor, I guess they call it the vendor island, it opened at 2 o'clock for everybody to come in early and check out the vendors before the concert started. So yeah, it was like make sure you just come prepared with a better mindset and better attitude. Make sure you get enough rest for this. Not throw your attitude to poor customers. Yeah. But then I got over it. And my sister's like, "Yeah, you need to stop acting grumpy and just like start interacting with folks, man." I was like, "You're right." I was like, then I got some like in my belly and a cup of coffee. My kids went to go grab me something to eat. I felt a lot better after that.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. So you obviously wanted there with a goal because obviously you had some plans. You know what I'm saying, a foundation and stuff like that. And this is just one of the ways to like fundraise to get all the business thing going. Well,
Yep.
that's how was he? Anything else besides anything you want to add on of your experience as Lost the Balls first time vending a vendor, bro, an official vendor, dog.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed the concert, listening to music, but like for me, honestly, hold on, excuse the ass sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. Like some of the artists sang a bit some slow songs, art like R&B type. It kind of put me to sleep. I was like, "Come on, man! I rather hear the island stuff, bro. Like, something to get you up." But it was good taking on, but just a couple songs for me was kind of putting me to sleep later on in the day. And unfortunately, we didn't get to sell the rest of our stuff because it shut down early. But I think if the concert was kept going, we probably sold out of everything because everybody comes last minute after the concert's over to buy stuff. But during the concert, everybody was feeling themselves, hitting up the bartenders. We had 3 bartenders on hand, and it was cool. It was just the lines were getting packed. And as they'll get drunk, they'll come back and buy some more merchandise. So that was the cool thing about it.
Experience, man. So this is like Islanders, bro. What do you think? Is that something that's going to be like relevant in America for these island festivals or island concerts, whatever we want to call them? Or is that just something that we're just dreaming about?
I think it's slowly blooming, though. It's slowly catching on. Everybody's gonna catch on later, sooner or later. But it was cool though. For our vibes, it was good for our people. Everybody enjoyed themselves, especially the people like our age group. They respect the island concerts more than the youngsters. They're just there to have fun, to get drunk, and trying to find somebody. It's like they're trying to hook up or act tough, or who knows. But as for us in our generation, like we enjoy the vibe, man. It's laid back. It's cool. Everybody's having a good time. Not nobody trying to deal with any little drama. Like the race wars they had supposedly have Tongues versus Samoans. Like our generation don't even think about that. It's like that's our neighbors, our brothers and sisters, and we
Yeah.
just all click. Just like I said, like the after parties, like after the young ones started during the concert, but it showed you the difference between our mentalities. Is like right after the concert, all the OGs were on the bottom floor of the casino, and everybody was just chilling, man. Shit, it was so cool. Like we had Chelsea and Finn come down too and kick it with the folks. Chelsea was all gone. He's a straight jokester, bro. He's like island jokester, man. He's like those kids we grew up with in Samoa, the way they joke. Finn, he's like more professional wise. He was just talking with his fans, taking pictures of everybody, while Chelsea was over here laughing and joking with everybody. I was like, it was a cool vibe though, man. I was like, those guys were just chill with everybody, having a good time. And just like I said, nobody was having drama, man. Everybody was just laughing. And the security will get worried. Nugget security, they'll look, but everybody they think somebody's about to get in a fight, but it's just everybody's just laughing and having a good time. Nobody pressing nobody. So that just shows you the different levels of chilling. Like between the youngsters and the older OGs. like OGs is over there had a good time, just relaxing.
Damn, bro. What about in Reno? Is that a good marketing area for like local, or just Polynesian that are upcoming, trying to make a career out of it, man? You see something going on with that?
Yeah, the market's good out here in Reno. There's a lot of Polynesians out here, man.
You think so?
Oh yeah, there's over 3,000 Polynesians in Reno, so that's good enough for one venue.
Over 3,000. Now, is that including like all the Polynesians, or just so you're saying like between Samoans and Tongans?
Just between the Samoans and Tongans. I didn't include Hawaiians yet, but I don't know how big their numbers are here, but they got a big community too. So
Hmm.
I didn't see too much Hawaiian community over there, just like a little bit, but I know it's bigger than what showed up at the concert. And that's not including our Micronesian neighbors too. There's a bunch of them out here too.
So, with the Maoli concert, you been to that one before in Reno?
Yeah.
Have you noticed there's a lot of different Polynesians altogether that showed up, or is it like diversity?
Oh, that concert, there was a bunch of Hawaiians over there too. That's where I saw a bunch of them.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see a bunch of them. They came to support that concert. There's a lot of Tongans. There's a lot of Samoans.
So,
And it's like there's some Micronesians over there too at that concert.
all right. So the artists is so it seems like that the artists that you guys need to throw the next time is some diversity
Yeah.
that in the whole entire Polynesian, because it seems like that was invited, which is really Samoan and Tongan artists.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
We just gotta get some Hawaiian artists to get the
Yeah,
Hawaii community to come out.
but you promote, yeah, you got to have everybody.
Yep. Because most of those Micronesians probably came from Hawaii too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that
that's why
makes.
they support those artists.
Gotcha. So you think it's not so much a gatekeeping, just so much or crab mentality floating around? Do you think it's just our people just don't know, or just like what I said, depending who the that you guys are promoting and bringing into these music festivals?
Yeah, I think it's because who follows the artist. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like whatever their demographic is, that they pull in. Like,
yeah,
they got certain fans. Like these ones we had at this concert, they're mostly like Samoan and Tongan fan base.
yeah, yeah.
But we needed to bring somebody from Hawaii that bring in the Hawaii community to come
And
support and
already
stuff.
up from Guam, get that nice little diverse mix. Yeah. Okay. But just the whole experience, man, I was really proud of my brother or something that he did. In the
Oh
eyes
yeah,
of in the eyes of those that I'm not gonna call them haters. For a lot of those that were watching it, they were like, "Oh, it didn't sell out." I'm like, "Yeah, it didn't sell out," but my brother and his partner's first one. Like, you can't really say something like that. And they basically like you, who just made it happen
yep.
without no shit.
No planning, just went and did it.
They just they basically not only that the promoters are like you know what I'm saying? The vendors are like just kind of like, hey, we want to bring entertainment to Reno, and y'all
Yep,
did it. So hats off to y'all, man. I'm definitely gonna make next year's because I
yep.
know, bro. I know it's kind of pretty hot for that. That's what I was more proud about.
Won't be the last one. Tell you that.
It won't be the last one, but now that just us talking and just shout and just talking it out loud, seeing that okay, because I was like, where is the rest of the Polynesian? But if you really look at all the lineup, it makes a lot of sense. Right, those are the audience that showed up.
Yep.
So you can't really pinpoint Polly's like, oh, we don't want to do this together. Nah, man. I only say
Exactly.
because at the MC Savage Pacific Savage for the MC Motorcycle Club,
Yeah.
that's diversity right there, bro.
Yep.
And all the poly show. You know what I'm saying? Even our Indians, like Native Americans, straight up, fuck, in cholos too. So really, I guess the next time a lot of them do it, they got to diversify their music or artist musicians lineup. Not
Oh
don't just
yeah,
Polynesians. I mean, Tongans and Samoans start focusing on the Hawaiians, Chamorros, and heck, even our Native American pop stars. Bring them all.
exactly.
I know he was originally going to say that Lot was trying to get what's his name, JT, something like that. J dude from that went to that Rhythm and Flows TV
Oh yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
J Ty J or J something. He's
I know
not.
who you talking about. But I forgot the Usos name.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
singing
yeah.
rapper guy.
I think it's Ty J. Yeah, but the Us is like Chamorro, but he represents the whole Polynesian community. So yeah, and he's black. He's from his pops, so that's what's up. Cause
Oh yeah. I
oh,
think the next one will be bigger. This is a start, first one.
yeah, I wanted to hear your experience over there, man. You were able to see it. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was there because talking to Big Sis, she was just like, "Yeah, this what happened. This is what happened." And I'm like, "Damn, do we even like record any of those stuff?" She said, "No, it's too busy." I'm like, dang it, because I heard your Tongan girl too. Got a few clients too.
Oh yeah, she got a few massages out that night.
That's what's up, man.
Help expose her business because she was busy going around the floor passing out her business cards. So got
Okay.
her some exposure.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, for me, ain't nothing going on over here, bro. Just been busy with work. Family time is July. We're out here in Tennessee. Check out this lake called Douglas Lake. So
Yeah,
I'm like falling to sleep because I'm like from the heat. Not so much of like did a lot, but just being in that heat. We rented a pontoon boat and it was just cruising around for 6 hours, swimming everywhere,
dang.
docking at all at the spot. You know, no, that was fun. It was really fun. But yeah, that was. Oof. Have you been on a pontoon boat? Any kind of boat cruising in the lake, bro? I hope
Nope.
they. Man, I know they got a whole bunch of that. The family didn't do that. I'm gonna look that up when I come back.
Yeah,
Hit up the Salt Lake. I mean, not Salt Lake. What is that?
Tahoe.
Tahoe. Tahoe. Look at some pontoons and stuff, man. Pontoon boats, rent it. And the cool thing about it is that it's its own world, right? You got a little convenience store over there to go buy drinks. Obviously, you're on the boat fishing, enjoying some brew or whatever you want to drink, or smoke a cigarette or just enjoy spending time with family and stuff. That's what me and my family did, right? So we went ate somewhere. There's like a little burger joint. It's like a food
Yeah,
truck that you can dock your pontoon, your boat thing right there. You eat. There's like entertainment going on. Then I'll be asking, like, "Hey, where's the best swimming spot?" I mean, like, duh, you can swim anywhere, but where is the best one where there's shade? Because I'm Samoan, I'm brown. I don't want to be in the sun too much. So, pointing me, it's called like McGregor Island.
yeah.
It was like going north somewhere on the lake, and just on the lake. So, but you can use your phone to like, it's like uh, GPSing yourself around. Like it
That's
won't.
pretty tight. Yeah,
Yeah, it'll just show you the pinpoint where it's at. You just take your boat towards that area. So you have service on the whole lake area, and that's how I was navigating around, man. We rented like the floating
yeah.
and have our kids ride from the back and stuff. I tried it, but damn man, I'm getting old, I was just so fatigued. I could like you literally have to have strength to jump on it, so that way you can and then let the boat go so where you can float.
Yeah.
For the thing that we did, but I was too tired. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. But that was a great experience. Man. This is the second time we did it too.
Nice.
Yeah, cause definitely take our baby girl out there, man. Get you guys a pontoon boat, man. Just rolling around. We were the what do you call life gear safety? What's those vest floaters? Those floater thing,
Like this.
the life vest, bro. Because like shout out to R.I.P. to the Moors that passed away in Lake Tahoe. I know some of them went to my pop's church, and then brother Simi Teely. You know what I'm saying? Drowning from over there and stuff. So I knew that the lake water is a lot different. So I'm like telling my whole family, nah, everybody's gonna wear that life vest, even if you know how to swim. Because it's so deep, you can't even see the bottom. You can't even see the bottom, bro. At least where we were at, you can't see the bottom.
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was like,
plus Tahoe's a whole different monster. That man, we got cold spots in that lake. So
you just got, yeah, what's up with that? I heard like it's a cold spot.
it's just basically because the lake gets mixed in with snow. So there's certain part the water is different temperatures, so it can like go through at the bottom of the lake, and once it hits you, it freezes your body up, and then all your muscles tense up, and then you lose control. Even though you're a strong swimmer, but once that cold spot hits you, man, it's hard to get out of. That's why a lot of polys die in there thinking they're strong swimmers, but they underestimate the cold spots, man. And I know
Like
Lake Tahoe's not the only lake because they got a few lakes like that up in Seattle too. We had a
that,
couple of drownings over there.
yeah, people drown because they're supposed to wear that lifeguard thing, that life vest, bro. I told my family, like, even my kids, AJ's 22. I'm like, no. Y'all gonna wear this. You know what I do to scare all of them? I go on TikTok or YouTube. And, lo and behold, it's like last week, somebody drowned. A man drowned here, the lake that we were at. He jumped in off of a pontoon boat, jumped in, hit their family, never seen him resurface.
You
Till
must
now,
have hit a cold spot over there.
I'm sure there is, bro. I'm sure every lake has a cold spot because there's
Yep.
seasons over here in Tennessee, too. So,
Yep.
uh, nobody need to be Mr. Tough and all that, man. We're a lifeguard or whatever you call that, safety vet.
Yep.
Because that was my biggest fear, dude. But man, we had a great time. We had a great time.
Yep. So always be safe, man. Number one priority when you go on the lakes. Just because you don't even know what kind of weather you're gonna get. It looks all sunny, then all of a sudden turns to wind. Like that poor CEO from DoorDash, him and his family ended up dying on a lake because they got hit by a little random windstorm up in Tahoe.
Whoa, damn!
Yeah, that was in June. Nobody think they would get that crappy weather in June up there.
And the weather just actually, what's crazy? We were driving and then I seen a lightning
Yeah.
in the cloud. I'm like, oh no, we're done. Then we
Oh yeah.
started.
Once you see clouds coming up, man, and the wind pick up, get out the lake. It's like
Yeah,
don't even try to, chill on her
I've
and think it's
too
gonna
many.
pass.
I've watched too many movies and TV shows. I'm like, that's rain cloud. We're driving into the storm. No, we're busted a U-turn. I'm like, we going back.
Yup.
I'm
Don't
like,
want to mess with that weather on the lake, man.
no. For real, man. But that's what it is, man. Other than that, dude, work has been crazy. Just finally got a promotion. You know what I'm saying? So cool
Congrats.
that I got that. That's where we've been busy at the White Oos. Just you know, Queen, Gosh, the boss, myself. We got our 9 to 5 jobs that we got to attend to. Before the podcast, if it ever hits. You know what I mean? Still just got to
Yeah.
doing life, man. I was talking to J Bit, and we're getting to the point as we're recording our episodes that we're realizing because we were trying to like, of course, anybody that's doing this kind of stuff, they want to do it to an intention to get seen, get picked up, get signed, and just to get out of our 9 to 5 job, right?
Yeah.
But then me and him was getting to talking. We're like, dude, it's kind of hard for us, me and him, trying to promote like entrepreneur or just trying to promote like a better life when we're honestly happy with the life that we financially have and living. That we're like, I guess, well, instead of trying to promote something that you don't have, it's better to just talk about what you currently have and get you going, if that makes sense. Where I'm getting at or where I'm going with this is like, I have a good life for myself. Not the rich that I guess you see on TV or see on social media, but I'm enriching my soul when I feel like things that I get to do with my family every weekend or every time we have a day off, we get to travel. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no fancy private jets, but it's even just traveling in the car or just renting like on tour
Yep.
or even this lounge that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Like simplicity is what I'm saying. Something that an islander never had before, you know? And we're literally still living that American dream. Stuff that we see on TV, on Hallmark video during the holidays, you know? We're like in, I just wanna try to continue to push that, you know what I'm saying? To push that positive life, like if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making sense because
I got you, man. See what you say. Be happy with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually
yeah,
everything else will fall in place.
as we're still uh, achieve something to where we have so much money to do stuff that we're like we never thought we could do. You know, we kind of doing that already. You know,
Yep.
just don't have enough to like spread the love, the wealth. I haven't got that,
Yeah.
but enough for the wife and the kids and parents. You know, siblings every now and then, but not that kind of rich to really spread that wealth. And it all starts with hard work, fam. Something I never thought I would do. You know,
Hustle. Yeah.
like I said, man, I never thought I was somebody that, and you know, I noticed that a lot of these social media people, even those that made it a lot, I can bring in all of them. They don't really promote education, but I feel like there was a time in their life when they were going to college. It's the stuff that they did learn at that time. Get them, you know. Like for me, I believe in education. Yeah, I know that there's like it's bad thing, and it also it's a political game where they will like take money. But I think if you go and get that education and you know exactly what you, then you're
Yeah.
able to just focus on getting those taking those classes. So it's still expensive, but still worth it because you learn from it.
True that.
Yeah, man. That's all I got, cuz you know I got
Hey,
nothing. Man.
speaking life, bro. Real talk.
For real, man. Hey, cuz who's all the family that was over there with you? I seen two and them was all out there with Rosa. Shout out to the fan bam. Who was
Yeah.
on?
Well, we got
I heard
big
Will
cousin.
Herb was out there too, man. Did you see
Yeah,
him?
he was out here. Yeah, Will came out. And then we had just our family from Reno. Then our little nieces and nephew from Cali, like Guvalo's kids, the
Yeah,
twins, and
yeah, twins.
Pat, yeah, and his crew came out. They came out to support. We had Big Queen come out, and then everybody from here, Reno, basically came to support the concert. You know, it was a bunch of us over there. It was cool. It was cool vibes, man. The family had a good time. Like, good thing we had our booth set up because it was like for the OGs. Oh, and then we had our Vietnam family from Frisco come out here too.
Oh snap!
Lily and her crew, and
Lily
like
came
our
out.
booth was like, huh?
Lily came out.
Yep. She came out with her folks, and then our booth was like the little break area for the OGs. Since they needed to sit down from standing around the concert to come sit at our booth. We had extra chairs for them just to relax, and they're getting massages while they relax too. You know, so it was official for them.
I seen I seen Tanel. She did one of the videos where she grabbed one of our nieces, Nana's daughter. I think it was Nana's daughter camera, and
Oh
like
yeah.
went around. Yeah, I was like, oh snap! I know them little girls were happy. Tona and all of them. Yeah, I know they were all happy and stuff being in the front line.
Oh yeah, and she gave a shout out to our nephew Peanut too. Yeah, she was
Oh
calling
yeah.
him. Yeah, she was like, I asked him like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Peanut," and she was like, "What are you?" He's like, "I'm tonguing into one." So we knew, oh, that's our Peanut right there. So she was like talking to him, you know, in front of the whole crowd and stuff, and everybody was just laughing and stuff. Yeah, I was just like, man, you should have said his line like that kid in Samoa said to her.
Like I want yeah, your husband or be your
Yeah, what do you see in your future? And
You
he just about to be your husband. I was like, man, Peter, you should have spit game like that, bro. I was like,
Peter ain't got no game. Come on, Peter. Shoot. But
yeah, that was cool, man. It was like we exactly knew who they was talking about exactly when she was asking questions and stuff. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Little nephew got a little shout out from an artist. So I was like, that's what's up.
that's what's up, man. Anyways, we about to end this conversation with the fan bam and lost the balls on July 5th with the concert out there. You know what I'm saying? It was a great one, bro. But anyways, man, we're going right to real quick before we end this episode to the hot topics. Current event, man. What are we talking about? Cause we're talking about what's hot right now. We got it's still Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
People are still taxes, bro. No taxes, man. We're talking about over the phone, man. Put us on game, bro. What's your understanding? Because my understanding is this taxes is only really benefiting the rich. And
Yeah, the billionaire club.
yeah, put us on some game, man. What's your take on it?
All I know is like they said like the only people that is really cut out for really good work for is the top 1%ers in the US. So basically he cut out all the stuff like from Medicaid for the poor people and even EBT, the SNAP program. So that way they get those funds, get rid of those funds and instead of paying the poor folks, they're giving big tax breaks to big corporations, like on their business tax breaks and all that. And then supposedly the middle class get a little tax break for making a certain amount of money a year, which your spouse or yourself. But then everybody's like, hey, it ain't gonna have no effect on anybody. It's like, yes, it is because you're taking away Medicare from like the rural areas. Like the towns that are in the cuts, and they got a little clinic out there. They cut those out, so now they got to drive to the city and pay more money for their medical expenses when they could have just went to their little shops over there. But now that's going to cause more drama because they ain't gonna be able to pay their medical bills because they ain't got no Medicaid to pay for this stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, so just like everybody's like, so how's it gonna affect everybody? It's like, man, imagine you taking like food out of people's mouths. It's like if they can't afford it, what's the next thing that's gonna happen? They're gonna start stealing stuff. And then what happens when people start stealing stuff? Supermarkets start bumping up their prices because they're losing profit. And so that's how it's gonna affect the middle class people because our food will get more expensive. So somebody gotta make up the difference from everything going on. It's gonna be like it's just a small ripple effect, bro. It's like people are just going to stop acting, civilized and just going to start, just taking what they need because they can't afford it no more. So it's going to affect everybody in the long run. And it looks good that there's no taxes on OT, whatever like that. But what about people who ain't working? They ain't gonna have not enough money to buy food for their family or themselves. So the next resource they go do is just start stealing stuff with all those programs being cut.
Damn, they were doing that in Frisco, man. Well, what happened to all of that? People were just literally going and just breaking into stuff and just robbing.
Exactly. Like the
Like,
Bay Area, they just walk up in the lobbies and just start taking stuff.
and the cops can't do nothing about it because they're not underpaid. They're like, why would I jeopardize that? Like, it's
Yeah, just short staffed and underpaid. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like it affects everybody, man. You don't feel it now, but we will feel it later.
well, not only that the tax thing, he definitely cut down on the EV stuff. Me working for, I'm not going to explore or just say where I work at, but I'm part of that EV industry.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just didn't sign up for that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. How would that affect our business? I
yeah,
personally, because I'm not at that space, but I can only assume, and I feel like it's probably a good thing that the federal is not bothering our corporation, so that way we can use. And it's almost like, okay, even though that China's not working with us for the tariff, I think it will allow these corporations to still make business with China and stuff for better, because we need those ingredients, So I don't know. I just feel like, and like you said, the rich are still going to win off of this by tax paying stuff. I feel like my
yeah. They're
company,
big on tax breaks.
they get the tax break and they still be able to. Maybe it's almost like it was like a setup anyway to free us from like getting that. I don't know, man. We can, we can.
Yep, we'll just wait and see what happens with the economy.
Are you worried about it though, or concerned about all this?
Yeah, it's just in the back of my mind, but not too worried about it right now. But I don't think too much about it. But we'll see when the results come out later in life.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't even pay any attention to it. I do when I hear about it, but I just don't see anything happening in my area, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Where I live in at, it's not affecting. The gas is still the same. It only went up by like a nickel or so, but it keeps dropping. It changes. Grocery prices are still the same. Yeah, I can see that the inflation went up, but that's everywhere, right? Price wise. Other than that, man, people are still living. We'll see, cuz that's all I have for us, man. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
no sir.
We had to get it in, folks. Oh,
I don't know. This guy about to sleep on the mic.
ah, it's not so much of that. It's just so like, that sun beaming. It got me like I'm up, but my eyes are like in yawning. Ugh, ugh. It's a different kind of heat. I don't know how to explain it, bro.
Yeah, because you guys got humidity. That's why.
I think that's that, and then just that sun beaming. Oh, I should get my bitch to stay away. And just there wasn't a lot. There was good enough shade on our pontoon. Pontoon's a boat, by the way, for those that don't know. It's literally like a slow looking boat. It's perfect for families. It's like a SUV on a. That's what it is. An SUV on the lake, and cruises. It cruises. I think the fastest it goes maybe 35 or less.
All you need is just a little speed on the boat.
Maybe 20, maybe 20. I don't know. I don't know. All I know that somebody once said, like, if you're going about 35, that's like fast on, or 40, that's fast on the water, So maybe 50, 20, I don't know. Something to definitely try. It's a great experience, man. But yeah, man, that's all we got, folks. I'm Kenny Mufanua, man.
Lost the boss.
We out, baby.
Later, fam.
Oh, radio, yo.